Have you ever wanted to sue someone, but couldn't afford a lawyer, or wondered if you could take on a big company all by yourself? Well, thanks to AI, there's a legal revolution happening right now, and it's unleashing an absolute flood of lawsuits in American courts. But here's the twist: more lawsuits doesn't mean more people are actually winning. If you stick around, we'll hear stories from real judges, the surprising impact of AI-powered chatbots like ChatGPT, and the wild west of legal gray zones that courts are scrambling to navigate. Before we dive in, if you want to stay on the cutting edge of how technology shapes our world, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and leave your take in the comments. Do you think AI should help people argue in court? Let's get the conversation started. Picture this. Judge Maritza Braswell, a federal magistrate judge in Colorado, sits in her chambers sorting through towers of legal documents. Most come from people who didn't hire a lawyer because they either couldn't afford it or no attorney would take what looked like a lost cause. And more than ever before, these self-represented folks are showing up in court, armed with pleadings written by artificial intelligence. A brand new study analyzed millions of federal court cases and found self-filed lawsuits skyrocketed after 2023. The share of lawsuits brought by people without lawyers shot up significantly, and the total number of filings more than doubled over just a couple of years. Judges across the country, especially tech-savvy ones like Judge Braswell, who uses AI herself to spot errors, say the increase is directly tied to chatbots like ChatGPT. And she's not just guessing. Researchers put 1,600 random court documents through an AI detector called Pangram. They found a jump from 1% AI-generated filings in 2023 to a staggering 18% by 2026. AI is everywhere in the justice system, and the changes are dramatic. Judge Braswell says, "We're actually seeing better drafted pleadings. Instead of scribbled, incoherent filings that take ages to decode, judges are now sifting through clear, structured arguments, thanks to a little help from AI. Let's be real, this is a seismic shift for access to justice. Online communities are booming, trading tips and self-help guides for suing with AI's help. Just look at Reddit. One viral post walked people step-by-step through suing U.S. immigration authorities with a document drafted in Microsoft Copilot. In Vermont, the number of self-filed lawsuits went from around 45 a year before 2022 to over 1,100 by 2024. That's the power of AI democratizing the legal playing field, at least when it comes to filing a lawsuit. But before you get too excited, let's talk results. Even with clearer, AI-polished filings, self-represented litigants still lose far more often than those with real lawyers. The deck is stacked against them, and AI isn't flipping the script. Winning in court is about more than just having a readable document. There's also a growing digital divide. We're seeing a new gap between those who use free chatbots and those who can afford premium, fine-tuned legal AI models. Just like the lawyers they're trying to replace, not all AI is created equal, and the quality of the lawyer in your pocket depends on your subscription tier. As researcher Joshua Levy puts it, mounting a lawsuit is a complex, multifaceted task. Not all of it is just drafting text. There's strategy, research, negotiation, and understanding the nuances of the law. While AI can make your story more readable, winning is an entirely different game. And there's an even weirder frontier. What rights do you have when you use AI as your lawyer? Judges are now grappling with what some call chatbot-client privilege. Judge William Garfinkel in Connecticut has spent decades thinking about what's confidential between lawyers and clients. Now he wonders, should chats with AI legal tools like ChatGPT, Claude, or Grok be protected too? The courts are split. In Michigan, a federal court in the case of Warner versus Gilbarco ruled that a pro-SC litigant's AI queries were protected under the work product doctrine. The judge reasoned that these queries reflected the person's mental impressions and litigation strategy, much like a private research tool. But on the same day, a court in New York ruled the opposite in United States versus Hepner. They ruled that conversations with Anthropic's Claude weren't protected. The New York judge held that because AI isn't a licensed attorney, it cannot form a privileged relationship. Furthermore, what you tell a chatbot could be seen by the company or anyone else. Judge Braswell herself argued that just because AI systems collect data doesn't mean you lose all rights to privacy. This debate is far from settled. And what happens when your chatbot lawyer gets it dead wrong? Judge Allison Goddard in California has seen this firsthand. One self-represented litigant, after slipping in a store, tried demanding $700,000, way more than the case was worth. When she asked where that number came from, the answer was, well, ChatGPT. Goddard had to explain, step by step, why the AI's advice was nonsense. These mistakes are more than just embarrassing. They're causing huge headaches. In a headline-making move, Nippon Life Insurance sued OpenAI, claiming ChatGPT was practicing law without a license. They argued that ChatGPT's legal advice enabled frivolous lawsuits, and they're seeking $300,000 just to cover the legal fees they spent fighting those AI-generated filings. OpenAI hit back saying, ChatGPT is not a person and has no legal knowledge or skill. The case is still pending, but it highlights a massive question of liability. This chaos has led to the proposed 2026 AI Flag Protocol. It's a standard where a software flag for AI content is treated only as a warning light rather than definitive proof. This is crucial because detectors like Pangram can have a false positive rate as high as 61% for non-native English speakers. We cannot rely on the software alone to decide someone's fate. States are starting to draw battle lines. New York introduced a bill to bar chatbots from impersonating lawyers, whether or not they warn users. At the federal level, bills have been proposed to ban chatbots from pretending to be doctors or any licensed professional. But so far, nothing's become law. So, where does this leave us? More people than ever are using AI to be their own lawyer. They're entering the courtroom more confident, sometimes for better, sometimes for worse. As Judge Braswell puts it, this is a really tough system to navigate. With AI, though, it gets a little less complex. If you'd like to learn more about emerging technologies and trends that are transforming the way we work and make decisions, check out the related video on your screen now. If you found this overview helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.